And of course, the nature of weaponry, the nature of war has today fundamentally changed. We have seen that in multiple conflicts, starting with Azerbaijan, Armenia, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Iran. So, contactless war, often with standoff weapons, but which can have a very impactful, sometimes even a decisive outcome. These are today the characteristics of this landscape of these turbulent times. And of course, the sentiment which characterizes these turbulent times is a growth in the opposition to globalization in many parts of the world. Now, it's not just that all of this is happening. All of this is also happening in a very short time frame. So, the intensity of these multiple happenings actually converging on the global economy at the same time. This is today actually setting into motion a paradoxical situation where, on the one hand, the very factors which I referred to encourage higher risk-taking. At the same time, because of the consequence of this, there is a serious effort also to de-risk every facet of both politics and economics. So this playing out of, it's almost like you're raising the height of the trapeze and removing the safety net with each passing day. And that is really today the state of the international polity. Now, the strategic consequences of this, I think, are quite obvious. We have seen a weakening, sometimes even discarding of international regimes and rules. We have seen economically that cost may not any longer be the definitive criteria, that ownership or security or reliability, resilience is equally important. We have seen politically that alliances and understandings are being revisited. We've also seen in a few cases, in the cases of really the major polities, that their belief in balance of power is probably much less. They seem to think they may not need the rest of the world as much as they did before. So if they have margins of power, they're prepared to exercise those margins in pursuit of their policies and actions. We have therefore seen overall the global needle move much more towards competition and away from compacts. And that global needle is moving because there is today a tendency to weaponize almost everything. And that if a state has a tool in its toolkit, an instrument to be used, there is much less reticence, particularly on the part of the major powers, to use that.